Well, talk of impeaching the president appears to be more serious than ever after a new report suggests the president may have committed a felony. BuzzFeed News reports that the president directed Michael Cohen to lie to Congress about negotiations to build a Trump Tower in Moscow. BuzzFeed cited two law enforcement officials familiar with the matter. Today, the president fired back on Twitter, saying that Cohen is, quote, lying to reduce his jail time. In November, Cohen admitted to lying to Congress about talks to build a Trump Tower in Moscow. He initially told lawmakers that the talks ended months before they actually did. Cohen pleaded guilty to lying to Congress and to financial crimes. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison. Well, before this news came out, Attorney General nominee Bill Barr on Tuesday was questioned on the issue of perjury and obstruction. Here's that exchange with Senator Amy Klobuchar.
You wrote on page 1 that a president persuading a person to commit perjury would be obstruction. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Or any person who persuades another to, yeah.
Okay. You also said that a president or any person convincing a witness to change testimony would be obstruction. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And on page 2, you said that a president deliberately impairing the integrity or availability of evidence would be an obstruction. Is that correct?
Yes.
CBS News Washington correspondent Paula Reid is at the White House. So, Paula, tell us more about what we know about these claims in this report.
Well, we have to stress that we have not independently confirmed BuzzFeed's report. But in their reporting, they say that Special Counsel Robert Mueller has evidence, has documents, has witnesses that suggest the president directed Michael Cohen to lie before Congress. Apparently, Cohen has also answered questions and he has confirmed this report. Now, they rely on anonymous law enforcement sources. But if this is true, Rena, this is one of the most damaging allegations against the president so far, because this would be a pretty up or down, black and white kind of crime. And if the special counsel does have this evidence, it would be very difficult for Congress not to at least consider beginning impeachment proceedings.
You say this is pretty damning, Paula. What do you think the consequences could be for the president?
Again, I think right now impeachment is the most sort of dire consequence, because right now the Justice Department does not believe a sitting president can be charged or can be indicted while in office. So any evidence of criminal wrongdoing on the part of the president would be handed off to Congress, and they'd need to assess what they want to do with that. And so far, a lot of the legal questions that we've been mulling and evidence has come out so far, they've been gray areas. It's been obstruction of justice and firing his FBI chief. A lot of legal scholars argue the president can fire his FBI director for any reason. Then we deal with these questions of conspiracy and collusion. We certainly have evidence that, for example, former campaign chairman Paul Manafort, he met with someone with known ties to Russia, passed out polling data. But is that really conspiracy? A lot of these charges, a good defense attorney could probably get them dismissed. But something like this, if there is hard evidence that the president directed someone to lie before Congress, much more difficult to defend that away.
You know, we're hearing from people close to the president, including his daughter-in-law, Lara Trump. They're saying that, Michael Cohen is a liar, that he has sort of a shady history, that his credibility is kind of on the line a little bit here. In spite of all of that, the defense that we're hearing from the White House and from those around President Trump, do you think it could affect proceedings going forward, that he hasn't been the most credible witness?
Well, the fact that Michael Cohen is a liar, that's nothing new, right? He is an admitted convicted liar. He's lied to Congress. He's lied to the government. He's lied in the course of his business. These are facts that are in evidence in court. But this case isn't just about Cohen, and that's what makes this such a bombshell. The suggestion is Cohen isn't what these claims rely on. There is allegedly hard evidence that suggests the president directed him to lie. And what's so interesting, Rena, today is about the White House and the president's response. There have been two spokespeople who have come out and been on cable news. Neither one of them could directly say, no, the president did not direct Cohen to lie. Instead, they did just what the president did on Twitter, which they attacked Cohen, they attacked BuzzFeed, but no one here at the White House has issued a flat denial, even when they've been asked, did the president direct him to lie? And that's a pretty big problem for the White House today.
Pretty significant indeed. Paula Reid, thank you very much.